This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com. Be sure to visit SoccerPro.com for all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for $10 off a $75 purchase, plus free shipping within the US. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you a little shin guard comparison today. I'm going to be comparing the C6 Agility shin guard as well as the Diadora Gamma Carbonio shin guards. And the reason I am comparing these two shin guards is one, because they're both carbon fiber shin guards, which is something you don't see a lot of, mainly because it is a little bit more expensive. It's a high-end material, and carbon fiber on pretty much any product generally means that the product's going to be much more pricey. And the other reason is because these are going to be the shoe shin guards that are going to provide the most amount of coverage. While I do realize there are other shin guards that do use carbon fiber, like the Nike Mercurial Blade shin guard, as well as the Brian G10 shin guard. There might be one more, nothing's coming to mind right now. I'm sure you guys will let me know if I did forget one. But these are the two shin guards that are really going to provide the most coverage. You notice that these are fairly large shin guards, and they provide a ton of coverage on your shin. While they are thin and light, some of the lightest shin guards on the market, you're going to notice that they do actually provide quite a bit of coverage, as opposed to the very small and thin shin guards that are kind of just there to be there because you have to wear them, I guess you could say. If we start with the actual shin guards themselves, as far as the amount of coverage you get, this is the C6 Agility, and you're going to notice that it definitely doesn't wrap all the way around like the actual Diadora does, but it does wrap significantly more than most shin guards do. It's really form-fitting. It's a really good shape. They got a really good mold here. It's going to fit nearly anybody, any kind of shin width or anything like that. It really does fit me pretty well. And they really did get the shape pretty much right on, which is a difficult thing to do with a shin guard. And generally the main issue, if it doesn't fit right, it's never going to stay right. There is no straps. They do require a sleeve or tape to hold them in, but because they fit your shin so well, it's really not an issue. They secure pretty easily, and they also sit a little bit lower than you might expect shin guards without the ankle guard to sit. It sits probably about, I would say, about 2 inches above your ankle. So that gives you a general idea. They sit a little bit lower than most shin guards without a strap. But that's basically it. You're also going to notice the thickness of the shin guard is incredibly thin. If we compare it to the Diadora here, which is also very thin shin guard, there is still quite a bit more thickness in the Diadora as opposed to the C6 Agility. So the C6 Agility really is that premium product, I guess you could say. Where the Diadora Carbonio, if you're not familiar with how this product kind of was made, it was made for Francesco Totti, who at the time was a endorsed player for Diadora, and he broke his leg. So Diadora basically designed this shin guard almost as a cast for him. Obviously he wasn't playing with a broken leg, but upon his return they had him in these, kind of like a basically it was designed to be the super shin guard, and for a long time it was and still is. There really aren't many competitors other than pretty much the C6 Agility, but really solid shin guard. You're going to notice that it wraps all the way around your leg. Really cool. I did an unboxing video for both of these shin guards as well, so if you do want to check those out, it shows them on my legs, shows the thickness. It gets a little bit more into detail about these two shin guards. So if you want to click those annotations top left corner, those are there for you. You have this black section here of carbon fiber, which is really the stiff section. It still is a little bit flexible, but as far as like if you were to try and bend it in or kind of buckle it, it's really solid. The black carbon fiber here is really what is the stiff part, and is really going to keep you safe. It covers plenty of coverage, and the silver part here is the more flexible part that wraps around your leg. You can see it's pretty flexible, and it again, it wraps your leg. You really don't need a sleeve. You can use a sleeve if you want to, but it's really not necessary. But again, it sits kind of right above your ankle. The shin guard actually comes out. You can see a little bit. It starts to go, it lifts up, kind of to sit right on top of that that curved part where your kind of ankle transitions into your shin. And that's basically how the shin guard sits. Once you put the sock on, it really doesn't move all that much. You're going to notice that these have some wear and tear on them. I've had these shin guards for probably about 5-6 years, so they do last a very, very long time. But again, if I had to go for quality here, the C6 Agility is just a much better built shin guard. And while I do realize that these are two very expensive shin guards, they both have a retail price of $200, but you can get the Diadora Gamma Carbonio for about $125. There's actually a buy it now link on the website. If you want to check out the review page, there'll be a link in the description of that. If you do want to check that out, there'll also be a buy it now link on the C6 Agility review page. Again, if you want to check that out. But don't look at these two shin guards as too expensive, I guess you could say. It's kind of an investment for, basically for a shin guard that you're going to use for a really long time, if not for life. While it's not something for everybody, if you are looking for that ultra premium product, a lot of people are dumping that money into shoes that they buy 2 or 3 pairs a year, every year. To me, $200 on a pair of shin guards that you're going to use for probably 10 years, doesn't seem all that wasteful if you really look at it in the long run. As far as weight goes, I thought I'd weigh these two shin guards for you. Also keep in mind that while these two are carbon fiber, there's a difference as far as in the actual kind of makeup of this the shin guards themselves. The C6 Agility is made of 100% aerospace grade carbon fiber. There's no fillers or anything like that. Where the Diadora uses carbon fiber for sure, but there are fillers like Kevlar and other materials. I'm not really going to go into detail. While that doesn't mean a lot as far as the actual final product, it does mean a lot in the quality. And you can really tell in the C6 Agility how hard and really solidly built that the product is. I'm going to throw it on the scale here for you guys, just so you guys can see how much it does weigh. This is one shin guard, and I have a weight of 1.8 ounces, which is incredibly light. This is the size large, so it's fairly big. I'm about 5'11", and the size large is pretty much right. And then I have the Diadora Gamma Carbonio here. Again, same size large. I'm going to put it on the scale. I'm not sure how the best way to put this on the scale is. But there you go, 3.75 ounces. Again, even at 3.75 ounces, this is really, really light. You can see there's a little bit more coverage. I guess it wraps around the back, unlike the C6 Agility. But again, it's twice the weight. While both of these shin guards don't weigh much at all, it's definitely worth keeping in mind that the C6 Agility is probably the lightest shin guard on the market, the thinnest shin guard on the market, and probably the most solidly built shin guard on the market. So if you do want to know which one I do prefer, it definitely is the C6 Agility, simply because it's a little bit more traditional, less bulky, and it feels really well made. It's a really high quality product. Again, if you want to check out the full reviews as well as the buy it now links, there's a great deal on the Diadoras if you are looking to pick those up, and the C6 Agility as well. It's a $200 shin guard, but it's really an investment that it's a pair of shin guards you're going to use for a long time. So if this kind of product interests you, I definitely recommend you grab a pair and try them for yourself. But in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comment section. I'll try and get an answer for you. And any questions you have not related to the video, go ahead and ask that on my Facebook page. There'll be a link in the description of that as well. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.